Top 3 things you shouldn't discuss on the first date. The top 3 things I wouldn't discuss on a first date is going to be finances. I'm not going to discuss sex on the first date or sexual preferences. And on a first date, I'm not going to discuss my past relationships. I think the first date should be us getting to know each other. So yeah, I'm not going to talk about those 3 things the first time. Second date, all bets off. Let's talk. I'm 40. I ain't got time for this. We gonna talk quick. Let's know what it is. I ain't got a bunch of time. Okay. Next.
Maybe you shouldn't talk about sex on the first date because that may, depending on who you are, though, I think you really have to feel out your person depending on how you are. I don't know if money is something that you should talk about on the first date. Like, how much do you make kind of situation, especially with even for guys and girls, vice versa, it can come off as, you looking for something. It can come off wrong. And it might not even be that intention, but it can come off that way. And definitely, what's the third thing? Don't talk about your kids, child. Let's just be grown. If you got kids, at our age, baby, we mostly have children, okay? Yeah, just get to know each other. And, we ain't got to be talking about your kids and your baby mother or your ex-wife. And let's talk about, each other.
You said 2 things?
Top 3 things.
3. Okay.
You shouldn't.
Top 3. See, that's the sage that got to me because it knew that I need some boundaries. Okay. The top 3 things that I should not, or that you should not discuss on a date, and why. Probably everything that I talk about on a first date should not be talked about. I think too much, first I would say too much emphasis on relationships, past relationships. I think that what I'm learning is that it's okay to unveil yourself in layers, and it's okay to give them the outer layer first, or the surface stuff first. We talk about first date. Okay, by the third date, we having sex on the third date, so I at least need to know all your ex stuff by the third date, but we just talk about the first date, okay? The second thing, dang, I don't even know, because I really have 0 boundaries. The second thing you should not discuss, I'm an open book usually, and that's why none of my relationships last. Thank you. No, but the second thing I would think that you shouldn't talk about, we said maybe finances. I think those things are very, a little bit, probably on the inner layer, like after you peel, like an artichoke, after you peel back that outer layer, maybe finances and past relationships are on that inner layer. So I would say finances. And I think the first date should just be light. And maybe past sexual partners shouldn't be discussed, or sex in general on the first date. But it's hard because we are a generation of social media and texting, and scientifically it's proven that when you text someone all day, you prematurely feel closeness to them, unlike it used to be back in the day when you were talking face to face. That's scientific fact. Boop, she's fine and she's smart.
Top 3 things not to discuss on a first date. I think it's okay to discuss lessons learned. Just turned 40. I'm recently single again. Dating is different. You want to know about a person's wants and what life experiences come. But I really don't want to hear about your ex. I don't want to hear about why you all broke up. If you're talking about that too much, then you're probably still living in that space. I don't, two, I'd like to talk less about what you do, um, and more about what you're passionate about. It just so happens that I'm passionate about what I do, as a therapist and as an astrologer and as a healer and helping people. So I feel like that comes out of me, but I also feel like in that a light comes out of me. Sometimes, we get really focused on are you meeting or checking off everything on my list? And so I don't want your resume. I really just want to get to know you. I mean, I want to know that you have a resume and a job and the rest of it. I'm not, no, we're not throwing that out, but I really just want to get the opportunity to get to know you. And three, I what not to talk about. I can't think of a third thing other than just like drama. I don't want in general, I want you to be giving me a good impression. I recognize I'm kind of meeting your representative, but I also believe that men tend to be really brutally honest and tell you a lot about what you need to know about them in the first date. So hopefully you are sharing yourself with me, but I really don't want to hear about your drama. And I think I have to say that because once people find out that I'm a therapist, especially because that can be intimidating in terms of dating, people want to get into a conversation about what they have going on. And I have to stop. And I'm like, look, ethically, I cannot date you and give you advice. It's a conflict of interest. And in general, I don't want to do that. People pay me for this. I'm here for pleasure. So no real drama talk. And I'll keep mine to myself until I know you better. Hey everybody, it's Melissa from 8th House Wisdom. Make sure that you follow us on Facebook and IG at Salon Talk DMV and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Salon Talk DMV.